This is the Mikes and Beers Podcast.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast where the mics are hot and the beers are on ice. Yes, it's Mikes and Beers with yours truly, CraftWoody, and always on my left or right, depending on how the video is edited, it's Samantha R.Q. Luxon. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm okay.
And you know what? This is a first for us. This is one of the latest we've recorded, and
True.
For those in North America, around the Ontario section, New York, Buffalo, I guess, I don't know what time zone we're in. It's 7:41 p.m. and we've already talked about, I'm looking forward to bed. So we're old fucks that don't party anymore.
So old. I swear to God, I think I'm 85. So yeah.
Girl, my back feels like I have like arthritis.
You're 90. Your back is 90.
Oh, my memory's shit. My prostate's out of whack. I'm pretty sure my hips are going like, it's not good. If it wasn't
prostate check, don't you?
Oh, if it wasn't for him, I would be slouched over, but he straightened my back right up.
I bet he did.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for the beer, guys, I'm sure both of us would be dead. Well, let's get right into it. Let's check out this week's picks for me and Sam. Sam, you got the bag of goodies out?
Of course I got the bag of goodies. Also, I don't think people would really notice, but I have moved. You know, this is not my usual spot, so the move has it's happened now, and kind of sort of loving it. Still a work in progress. But yeah,
Isn't that the case?
This is the new area. That is my couch.
Sam, get friggin' professional with this.
Okay,
say this is the new Mikes and Beers. This is the new Mikes and Beers studio. Promote the shit out of us.
New Mikes and Beers studio.
There you go. I just hit.
I'm also not wearing my Mikes and Beers shirt because it's in the laundry. So, wait, I can wait.
Line I'm representing.
Wait.
Sam, you're barely wearing a top, for fuck's sakes. How the shit did you do that?
Because I'm amazing.
Well, girl, you can keep that background. It's interesting. Obviously,
it's better than the background that's there right now. But yeah, yes.
And for those on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts, you can't see Sam's background. It is our beautiful logo. For those on YouTube, we appreciate you actually getting to watch us. And Sam is going to reach deep down into the cockles of her bag.
I'm just going to point this out. This thing. It's hilarious. Whose face I'm covering. So it's literally just the two of us, and I'm covering. Hot TJ.
Yeah, it's the ongoing joke.
Wait, I shouldn't have looked. Anyway.
Sam cheated.
I did not cheat. Sam. I didn't cheat.
Get the goddamn beer out. I'm thirsty. My 90-year-old ass wants to drink. It's the only thing keeping me young.
This one. Oh, what are you? I don't even know who you are. Who are you?
So Sam, I'm just, sorry to interrupt. I think you should take away the background maybe. So when you pulled out that beer, it's you got some images fading in and out with your mic there and different things. So as lovely it is always seeing our lovely faces in the background promoting the hell out of us. What a trooper. But it is throwing off the imagery just a little bit. There we go.
It's very true. Okay. Well, anyway, this is what I pulled out. Oh, are we
I can't even see it because that.
There it is. There she is.
Hogan de Flugen.
Hogan de Flugen. Yes. Who is this by? I don't even know who this is. Oh, Henderson Brewing Company in Toronto. Okay. This is the salted lime goes. I don't even know. It's like goose, but with one less O. So it's goose.
Goose and Birken.
Anyway, this beer right now it says, oh, that's not a description of the beer. That's cool. Anyway.
Well, we're doing Henderson Brewery just fucking justice right now.
Sorry, Henderson Brewing Company. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to try your beer. What are you drinking, Woody?
Well, I decided to go to always our classic brewery down here in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada. And I'm sticking with Chronicle, but I'm trying one of their newer ones. It's just come out, I'd say in the last couple months. It's their Black Mage Current Milkshake IPA. And for those who are watching on YouTube, you can see it's a reminiscence of old Final Fantasy style can work. It's basically the Dark Mage from Final Fantasy. It's awesome. I've never had it. I'm not the biggest fan of some fruity beers of this taste, but hey, gotta try it to know. So let's get right into it, kids.
Didn't Chronicle say that that's their last series in the Mage series? The last beer in the Mage series. So that's the grand
white,
finale.
Green, and Rage, Red Mage have all been out, and this is the very last one. I wish I still had the cans for the other three. I always like having these kind of little collections, but we are wasting time. I am thirsty as shit.
We are wasting time. Let's get
3, 2, 1. Ah, shit.
Got right in the right up in there.
Didn't get in my in my computer this time. A little bit
right in the eyeball.
My eye. And that's why the kids, we don't give a shit about scripting. We don't care about editing. It's one of those things. We just pitter patter, get at it. Oh so my god!
How many people actually watch us for the most? Oh wow! Oh
that
wow.
Is
that blood? Is that blood? Looks like blood.
That's a lot like that. A more pinkish reddish hue than I really thought it would be. I was expecting.
Are you gonna fit? You're not gonna fit. Oh my!
I was thinking more purplish, to be honest. Well, currants are red. I know that. But I don't know. I was thinking like darkish red, purple. So it's got the freaking coloration. Oh, and she's got a bit of that soury smell to it.
See, mine has a sour, but it is definitely a salted lime. So let's take a.
Yeah, you drink yours. I'm just confused. Mine smells like a sour, yet it tells me it's a black currant milkshake IPA.
This tastes like a margarita, and I am not mad. This tastes fully like a margarita.
I don't know what a currant tastes like, but I'm sure it tastes like this. This tastes like a smoothie that was bred in a lager or an IPA. I'm going to leave it at that.
Aged smoothie because everyone loves a smoothie that's been aged.
It's not. It really tastes like, to me, I shouldn't say aged, but it tastes like you had a berry smoothie almost with a hint of a little, like maybe Greek plain yogurt, just so you get that little hint of vanilla in there, but with blended. Jesus Lord, blended with an IPA. So it's
This is why we are amateur beer drinkers. We sometimes forget words like blended.
Sometimes just I'm stupid and forget shit. Well, but this is one of the few times I'm not going to give a raving review to a lot of the beers I've been drinking. I am very happy I've got to try this. This might be something that definitely, if you're a fan of a milkshake IPA, this is a go-to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I love what it clocks in at. You got to love that their last mage clocks in at 6.5. This fucker wasn't messing around, so doesn't sure taste like a 6.5. Tastes like a 3.0 with just a
Henderson clocks in at only 4.4%. And I am down for that because it is almost night time and I need to go to bed. I don't need a beer keeping me up all night.
So you're saying my mage would kick your margarita's ass?
You know what?
I like to hear.
My margarita, you can suck a dick.
I'm sure you both could very well. Me and the black mage are just going to sit here and chill out.
Yeah, seriously, this tastes like a margarita. So if you like a margarita, then this is the beer for you. I don't have that's all I have to say about it. It's great.
There was a beer, and I can remember back in the day, it was a margarita one, and it came in a tiny little can. And I mean, it was almost like a shot of a beer. I remember it was margarita. I think it was Bud, because that was the time Bud Light Lime was coming out. I think they had a margarita one. But you start traveling into those realms, you're losing me. I do like my standard, like West Coast IPAs, New England IPAs. I do like my lagers. I'll adventure into what we're drinking now, these milkshake IPAs, to try out some of the more fruity stuff. But margaritas, no, fuck no. I don't think I think I'm drawing a line on certain things, and margaritas.
This one's pretty good. This one's actually, like, in terms of anything that I've had margarita flavored, or it just reminds me of margarita. I don't think they did it on purpose, like to be like a margarita, but because it's salted lime, like, I mean, come on, salt, lime, the only thing you're missing is tequila.
So there's my issue with margaritas. It's the basis of a margarita is tequila. And there's two things you gotta know about tequila.
Are a damn pussy.
No. Tequila is wonderful. When I'm pissed drunk, that shit goes down like water. I'm not affected by the history of damage that a tequila shot can do. But a country singer once sung about a song saying tequila makes your clothes fall off. That's a total lie. I've met a lot of girls who drink tequila, and they're fucking violent. Some of them are just like, you fuck with me, I'm going to just fuck you that you didn't even give consent. But it's such an awful base. When it comes to the liquors, tequila is easily, ranked number 2 in awfulness. Vodka's number one. Vodka is probably one of the shittiest liquors I've ever
This is the only thing I think we've ever agreed on.
Yeah, it's garbage. And the only thing that's good about vodka is just the fact you can use it for a screwdriver. That's about it. And I don't even like that often.
No, I in terms of, well, not screwdrivers, but in terms of a Caesar, which is usually vodka based, I actually do tequila. I like tequila better with my Clamato. So
you're not drinking a Caesar. It's just what you just told us on air. That's cool. You don't like Caesars.
Anyway, well, we were talking, I'm just totally disregarding that, but we were talking about like margarita flavored beers and stuff. I remember I saw it on the LCBO. Like, this is just a quick story. Okay. About, I saw this cooler. It was a Margaritaville. You know, like how they have the pre-mix coolers. So it was a Margaritaville margarita. And I looked at it, and so I looked at the ingredients. First ingredient, water, obviously, makes sense. Second ingredient, vodka. I'm like, that's not a margarita.
I mean,
like, what are you doing?
It's funny that you want to comment that. And you had the audacity to say, I drink Caesars, but instead of vodka, I put tequila in it. That's literally the exact same thing you just said.
I don't like vodka.
So then you can't get mad at someone saying a premixed margarita.
No, I am going to the store. I'm going to the store. I trust Margaritaville to produce a margarita. I'm buying it. I am paying money for it. And then suddenly I get home, I take a sip. I'm just like, why the fuck does this not taste like a margarita? And I look at the ingredients. Thank God I looked at them before, because I just purchased something like it was a fraudulent purchase, because I purchased something that didn't have tequila. It had vodka. So that's I choose to put tequila in my Caesar. I'll offer it to anyone else, but if they don't want it, then that's fine by me. I'm not making you pay for it. So
okay, I'll accept that when money's involved and booze isn't cheap.
Coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, and you know what? You live by an LCBO. I've gone to one plenty of times. Booze isn't cheap. I feel like this is something that it gets a little frustrating. Mm-hmm. Like I was going to say, like now, like I'll give it to the Black Mage here from Chronicle. It's growing on me a little bit, but I do get very disappointed when I buy a beer and I really don't want to finish it. I actually had one the other night. It was a premium, and I'm going to use that in friggin' quotations because it was from the LCBO, a premium British beer, like just imported from over there. And I tasted it. There's like, the finest British ingredients. I was like, fuck, I haven't had one of those ever. I always stick to Ontario craft beer. It was shit. I barely finished it. And the only reason I did is because Catherine, my fiance, wanted it. And I was like, no, it sucks to suck. You didn't give me any of your beer ever. So I get spiteful and I finished it. But yeah, I got disappointed because I don't know about anybody else. $4, even like for some beers, let's just say between $3 and $4, really doesn't seem like a lot. You don't want to be pissing that away every weekend. And it might sound like, holy geez, you drink every weekend? Well, hey, I like to supply up on a few crafts. So that adds up. Even if it's let's say even every month, you're throwing out $4 and it's pissed off. It's gone. Let's even narrow it down to $3 thrown away every month. $36, guys, a year. That still doesn't sound like much, but guys, who wants to just piss away that kind of money on shit you don't like? So for me, that really gets frustrating. When I get something, I bring it home, it sounds good, but someone on Instagram had a good slogan for themselves. They said, hey, just because the can art looks good doesn't mean the beer is going to taste good.
It's very true.
And sometimes I get caught up on that because I've had a couple of craft beers. The can art is fucking beautiful, and that's how you attract me. I'm sorry, people. If you call me a pig for whatever, looks bring you to the table.
It's true. Yeah.
And so that's what it makes me wonder. You stay for the personality. You stay for everything else.
But you don't fall in love with the personality across the way. No.
So I get disappointed sometimes. I've had a couple of times where I bring it home and I'm just like, it's okay, but I'm never buying you again. It just, it kind of does suck after a bit. That's why, like for me, I have my go-tos, or I have my go-to brewery. I'm sorry, as much as we promote some really good breweries over the times, like go back to some previous episodes, Chronicle is my number one. I stick to the hometown heroes because I've tried basically all their stuff except this weekend, which will be, time-stamped. It'll be out for a little bit now, but they've just released a couple of new ones, a West Coast IPA, I'm brutal. I should have actually did research, kids.
They released a West Coast IPA, and then they released an amber lager.
Yes,
that's the Marzen Attack.
Mars and Attack. Chain Chomp is the West Coast IPA, and then Clockwork Automotive, I believe, is the name.
Automation.
Beautiful can work.
Is it automation
gorgeous.
or automotion?
Automotion or something.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to trying that. I really hope it's not. They're not bad, but it's Chronicle. Like I said, even the one that I was just kind of like with the one I'm drinking, I still will drink it. I could still probably buy another one and still be okay with it. But yeah, sorry for my little TED Talk rant.
It's not one of those like sometimes like I'll have a beer and I'm just like, this is really good, but it's not like an easy drinking beer. It's not like I'm going to drink this one, finish it, and then crack another one open. Like there are only a select few beers where I'm just like, I could drink them in repetition like that.
Really?
Oh yeah. There's only a couple of them that are like that. Well, I mean, we've talked about this on a previous episode, talking about Chronicles anyway, but their pineapple sponge cake. If they were to ever come back with that one, that was my easy drinking. It was a sour and I absolutely loved it. And then, the Spearhead's Summer Chardonnay Ale.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Or Chardonnay Summer Ale. I can't remember which. Yeah. But that one, I can drink that one and then crack another one. Like, it's a good, easy drinking beer. And it's like, I mean, some of them are like really like pow, like amazing. And it is. It's like, I drink it. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. But it's almost like I need to give my taste buds a minute to relax afterwards. It's like, I can't just crack another one.
You softy. You're softer than 10-ply.
You are 10-ply, bud.
Great. I'm totally fine. We're definitely the opposite people. Maybe it's a little bit of alcoholism in me, but once I have a good beer, I'm cracking the next one. I just love the taste of alcohol. And kids, don't get into that mentality. Go seek help. Go outside and have fun.
No, but I find it funny because, yeah, I mean, any brewery, like, you get good ones and bad ones.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not trying to call anyone out, but I'm going to, because this brewery, they're a brewery. They make amazing whiskeys and they make amazing wines. They do not, however, make amazing beers, and that is the Wayne Gretzky Estate.
Oh, fuck off. They have great beer.
I don't like their beer.
Really?
I have tried all of the ones. Like I will just be like, every time though, because I love Wayne Gretzky and I love his whiskeys. I love his whiskeys and I love his wines. So anytime he comes out with one, I'm like, I will. That was well brought up. Too bad you weren't.
Sorry.
I like every time, like the first one I tried, I'm just like, I really didn't like that. And then he came up with another one. I'm just like, well, maybe this one will be better. And it wasn't. And then I had the third one. I'm just like, this still isn't that great. But like, I mean, if he comes in with a fourth one, I'm still going to try it. Cause I'm like, I just love you guys so much. But beers are not worth that. Beers
don't listen to her.
In my opinion. Why.
And it's okay to be wrong, Sam. And that's the beauty of when we get to have these conversations. It's okay to be wrong. Because Gretzky's beer is fine. I've had the rye ale, the Pilsners. It's good. I have no complaints about it. It just tastes like a good old beer.
I think that they can be a little bit more spectacular. And yeah.
Hey, my wife says that about me all the time. I don't care.
My mom says that about me all the time too.
Yeah, we come from negativity, folks, but we thrive off it. But you know what, Sam? I guess when we have all this kind of, not kind of like regrets, I guess, trying some things that we don't like, whether it's beer, just things in life, don't you just wish we can go back in time and fix it?
Yeah, it's very true.
Wow, just don't fucking jump into this conversation. Jesus. Yeah. It's like you just put your little big ass toe in the water and like, no, maybe an hour and it warms up.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave now.
Well, I'm jumping in the water. It's like, come on, Sam, come play.
Okay, fine. Jumping in the water. What do you want?
No, fuck it. Let's reveal it. Because who cares? We're unscripted. We don't give a shit. This was Sam's topic. Sam came to me and said, yeah, I got a topic today. Let's talk about fucking time travel. Let's go, Sam.
And then I'm tired and we started talking about beers and I really liked that conversation and now you're changing it. And now I'm just like, no, but okay.
No, we can go to beers because like.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No. You already segued into this one. We are going to march on through because we are not quitters.
Well, you know what though? But let's talk about time travel in the sense that you got to mention some of I believe you said the pineapple sponge cake from Chronicle. Can you think of anything as well, like one beer that stood out that you're just like, fuck, I need to go back in time and I don't care. I'm investing in a 2-4. It might cost a lot of money. It might hurt. Is there one besides that one? Because I know we've talked about how much you love that you would literally just go back in time and be like, fuck it. I need to just stock up and save because this is the premium beer.
This one does kind of apply. The only thing is that like we just said that I live near an LCBO. Actually, it's in my backyard, so I have a 10 out of 10 backyard. By the way, guys, it's amazing. I love it. The thing is that so when we went there, I found this. I saw that they had this beer that is probably it's one of my absolute favorite beers of all time. The first time I had it was like years and years and years ago at the beer market in Toronto, I believe. And it was called, can I remember the Rodenbach Grand Cru Flanders Red Ale. That's what it was called.
Wow, good memory,
is
kid.
Like a sour. It is beautiful. It was amazing. So anytime I would go to the beer market, which wasn't very often, I would always get that beer because it was like that was my favorite beer. Then they stopped selling it. Yeah. And I tried finding it in LCBOs and stuff. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Oh.
Now it's actually in my backyard, which is amazing. But
I have an endless supply.
I mean, if I didn't have that, I would want to go back and get as many as I possibly could. I would take a keg and just start running into the future.
And hey, fuck time travel laws and whatever you sciencey people fucking know about time travel. We're breaking all these rules. Say we don't give a shit.
Yeah, I won't talk about Santa Claus, but I will talk about time travel.
Yeah, really, because fuck even talking about some of the mythical entities and creatures in the world, but time travel's cool because that's so
time travel's
plausible.
Cool. Santa Claus isn't.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Who wouldn't want a fucking guy as long as you be good for the year? It just gives you the shit that you want. That's crap.
Yep.
So, this is worse than the Frozen conversation saying that you lead into that you think Olaf is a ripoff of Frosty, and we're not even going to bring it up. But sometimes
why did you just bring that up? Because
sometimes I want to take a time machine and go back to when I first met you and just slap you right away and be like, this is for the future.
I was in junior kindergarten, so you were going to kill a 3-year-old?
No. I was going to hit a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I guess. No different than what my dad does.
Yeah, shit. Well, I used to get hit too.
I'm sorry, Dad. That's not true.
I'm not sorry. I deserved it. I was a little shit sometimes. I go back in time and help my dad smack my old self.
Be like, yep.
Like I was a little shit at times. I was that little asshole and I remember my brother was way worse. He was that kid, if you ever got just a whap on the bum, he'd turn around to that parent, whether it was mostly dad, and just give that look like, didn't hurt. And I'm sorry, if you don't believe in like punishing your kids by spanking and all that, if your little kid mouths off to you and you don't believe in that, you quickly start to. And I'd go back in time and help my parent slap me upside the head because you know what? Big thing you want to teach kids and people in general, it's fucking respect. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, there's moments. Gold CraftWoody didn't have it. And I learned damn real quick. And I'd go back in time and be like, hey, Ryan, bam, just fucking smack me and be like, you watch your damn tone. So, especially around the grandparents.
So is that what you'd want to go back in time for? Like, I was actually going to ask you the question of like in terms of like your life, if you would go back in time and change something, or and my second question is, if you could go back in time anywhere, where would you go and why? Like, really? So
it's interesting when we talk about this conversation. I was kind of trying to prep how to answer certain questions. I'm glad you just talked about going back in time. I wouldn't go forward. Even if it's something, because like I didn't want this conversation to be like, oh, what would you do with time travel? Well, I go fuck it a couple days in advance and figure out the lottery numbers. I'll figure out who wins the Super Bowl. Bet it all. It's like, no, who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. But for going back in time, I want to kind of like establish, because we don't believe in some of the stupid time travel rules. So let's just say for this rule for myself, giving this answer, if I can go back in time, whenever I go to, so let's say I end up going to my 10th birthday party, for example, and I basically hit the undo button, I come back to this timeline. Whatever I did back then doesn't affect the timeline I'm in now. It's basically giving me an alternate path. So here's my hand. If you can see, or anybody else, hold a hand out in front of you. and then basically just draw a line off that and then draw straight. That's the parallel universe I've created. If you watch Loki, the new series out on Marvel, you'll know what I'm talking about, a time variant. So yeah, there was a couple of moments in my life where, and let's get a little heart to heart here, like moments with my grandparents who both my grandmas have passed, moments like just fun memories with my brother, either going out with them, so like really fun college moments. Mm-hmm. Even sometimes I'm thinking about even just really heartfelt moments I had even with exes. And that's not saying like I don't love my fiance now, and even moments with her that I really think I would take advantage of days where I had a lazy Saturday today. Instead of friggin', just thinking, what do I do? I may want to go back in time for a little bit and just have that fond memory again and get to relive them. And I'd have to be careful. I mean, too much of a good thing is bad. It starts to become a drug, and, who knows what would happen if you just get stuck in that mindset. You always want to go back. But yeah, I think for me, Sam, it's too many moments. Like it literally is. Like, I mean, literally fond moments with my family, fond moments of my friends, with exes, whether they be like partying, sexual experiences. Hey, we might as well just throw it out on the table. I had some fun with some exes and some cool party memories that why not go back in time and relive them all? But yeah, that's a piggish answer. If you don't like it, sorry.
Oh,
but, that's what I do.
A lot of people would agree with you. But the thing is that this is kind of taking it. Well, you're probably going to tear me a new one for this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. So the way that you're describing it, it's not about time travel. It actually makes me think of Harry Potter. So the pensive where like you actually can store your memories in there. So like you're reliving your memories. You actually get to relive them. You don't have to go back in time or anything like that, but you get to like re-experience your memories. So like that would be cool if you were able to do something like that.
Sam, I'm not going in front of a mirror and being like, hey, show me my friggin' what I really want.
You don't go in front of a mirror.
Isn't that the one you're talking about in Harry Potter? That stupid little mirror?
No, it's not about it's not the mirror. It's where they actually take the memories out of your brain and they put it in like a bowl, and then they just like put your face in the bowl and you get to relive the memory.
Yeah, Sam, that's called a fucking acid trip. Harry Potter was a fun drug.
Isn't that what Harry Potter was all about? Just an acid trip?
I'm a little disheartened, and maybe fans are going to totally disagree with me. This is a love or hate thing. I didn't give a shit about Harry Potter. I tried to rewatch some videos with my fiance and trying to figure out the lore again. I'm just like, who fucking cares? Fuck this. Lord of the Rings is better. But I think the difference would be as long as, because I think that was a later movie, like 5 or 6, where if it's experiencing memories, which that's going back in time. It's literally what it is. If we're talking about time travel, it is the same thing. You're literally going back to a previous moment and reliving it for however long you want, coming back where it's basically time is unaffected. But also too, which would be interesting in that case, I'd want to take it one step further than this stupid Harry Potter trip you just took us on. I apologize. I'm teasing. But if time doesn't get affected here, so let's say I leave at noon, 12 o'clock sharp. I go back in time. I can go back in time and literally live out a lifetime. And I hit the reset button. I come back here at 12:01. Basically, time has not moved. I'd be interested to try that. I think of like some life choices that I've made. Some more of the significant ones. Like, maybe here, for example, staying with a certain ex, keeping touch with certain friends that I'm no longer in touch with. Not doing
you can't see ever again.
Yeah, well, some I can see. Like, just don't keep.
No, I'm talking about people who have died.
Yeah, and being with people who've passed on and getting all those times where you might never have if you chose a different option. So getting to relive different lives, I think it'd be interesting. It might be something where you would just be. I think you'd be fucked up afterwards. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you lived a couple of lifetimes, basically, like you just lived, let's say 10 years or even 1 year, then you come back to your real timeline. Then you're like, nah, you know what? I want to do this one next time. And you go back and do a year. You'd be so fucked up mentally coming back. But I think I would still try it to an extent. It'd be interesting with that kind of time travel powers, but only for the past. I'm adamant. I don't know if I would really want to see the future. Maybe just for the bogus answer of, I'll go check the lottery so I can be rich as shit in my timeline. But other than that, why do I want to know what's going to happen? That fucking wrecks life.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm. You want to hear a fucking philosophical thing, Sam? And it was from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, of course, yeah. Just I'm waiting with bated breath. Just tell me something profound that you learned from Kung Fu fucking Panda. Just tell me.
That no matter what you do, you will meet even if I think it's like I'm paraphrasing. I'm fucking up. I remember he basically saying like, no matter what path you choose to take, you will always reach your destiny, even if you try to avoid it. So if you think, if I go this route and it will stop me from meeting my destiny, you will eventually still meet it. So no matter what, I don't want to know my future. So even if I change, like to try to stop my death, like if I found out like, yeah, I'm going to die of a heart attack. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking give up drinking. I'm going to friggin' still go Mr. Healthy. I'm doing everything I can. I'm still going to probably fucking die from that. Or I'm still going to die from something else. I don't want to know what the hell is going to happen. I'm just going to go forward with it. So fuck you, Sam. Kung Fu Panda was really wise. That stupid little turtle was able to have the coolest thing, like the past is
a fucking turtle. Makes sense.
Yeah, of course, he was the big sensei who created Kung Fu. Have you never watched Kung Fu Panda?
I've seen bits and pieces, but I'm just like,
oh my god, go back in fucking time and watch it when it first came out. It's an unbelievable movie. Because that turtle ended up saying, like, you know, the past is history, the future is a mystery.
Right now, you seem high. You seem like you're high.
No, if I was high, I'd be like, yo, man, this turtle, like he karate chop shit and this fat ass panda, man. He was cool. He had munchies just like me. I don't know. I'm never high. I don't know what fucking people act like. I don't care.
Seems like
I'm drunk. I'm drunk off the 6.5 Black Mage. JK, I'm not. I'm actually baffled. I'm literally want to jump more into this time travel because it is a very profound and you can really see the wisdom behind people's choices. Mm-hmm. But you haven't seen Kung Fu Panda, and I'm not going to get past that. That's a fucking classic. That's what a DreamWorks.
That is not a classic. Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
It's not a classic. DreamWorks only hits A's. That's all. They don't have B-level movies. They just pump out. Like anyway, they got the Madagascar series, How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek, Kung Fu Panda. What more do you fucking want?
I'm not saying DreamWorks isn't awesome. I'm saying that they have, you know, everyone kind of like breweries. You know, they got some good ones, they got some bad ones.
And yet DreamWorks doesn't. So
and yet Kung Fu Panda is really nope.
Guess what? The first one was great. You had one of the best casting in like almost an animated film. Like that was a stacked casting list.
What? I know Jack Black. I mean, he's probably the best thing about it.
You had Jack Black, you had Jackie Chan, you had Angelina Jolie, Lucy Liu, Seth Rogen. You had Dennis Hoffman, and who was the turtle? The turtle and the main bad guy. The main bad guy, people would recognize if they look him up because he's been in stuff. But like
Dennis Hoffman.
Yeah, I know that's wrong.
You mean too. Philip Seymour Hoffman or Dustin?
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, fuck it. So what is in this black current?
Clearly, yeah. You can't even. You're defending this movie, and yet you don't know who's doing what and whose name is what.
That's a ridiculous statement to say. Oh, you don't know it fully. So who cares? It's still a phenomenal movie. It was great.
What is it?
Sam, we can just say you're tired right now. You're a little loopy. You're not thinking straight, so you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Really and look at us. We brought it back to cartoons. We just went
How did we do this? I know, right? We're talking about time travel, and you brought up Kung Fu fucking Panda, and I just kind of lost a little bit. But the thing is, I could bring up something, and you would totally tear me a new one, regardless of like what we'd be talking about. Because that's
go for it. What would you do for time travel? Name something you'd go back to. I hope it's to go watch Kung Fu Panda.
No, never.
Wanker.
Fuck off. What would I go back and do? Well, I know that before I turn 24, I might start taking aspirin. That would be something I would do.
Jesus Christ. To avoid the stroke?
To avoid the fucking stroke that I had. That would be nice. Then I, wouldn't have wasted so many years of my life trying to recuperate.
That got fucking real dark. I don't know how to counter that or do anything to that because I was like, holy shit, Sam. Well, let's go there.
But come on, like, would you not?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, you would want to try to avoid those friggin' life moments. Yeah. But like I said, the path you take to avoid your destiny will be the one you meet it.
I know. I'd have it like the next day or the next day after that, apparently.
No, but I don't blame you. Who wouldn't want to change those things? Because like what could, like we said, like if you can go relive moments, change something and go through with it, see how your life could have changed. But then at the same time, Sam, if that's the concept, let's go with like kind of that universe I was talking about. If you leave your timeline to go to another, you will come back to your timeline. It's basically you just get to see what was done. Would you really want to see how life would turn out after all that? If you never experienced a stroke at all, like you never had one, would you want to really experience that? Because when you come back to this timeline, you know what you could have had. It's like one of those moments where like, do you feel like, not even just in that instance, but others, would you start to really have those big regrets and eventually just be like, fuck it, I don't want this power anymore. I took it too far.
See, again, I don't know because, I mean, I haven't experienced it. So I don't know what I would be like and stuff. I mean, I just remember me being this super confident, like lab person. Like I was honestly, I was considering like doing like my master's and potentially even staying in Ireland longer, and everything. And then this all happened, and I mean, I think the best thing that could have happened to me was it humbled me a bit. Like, you know, just, oh, you do break, you know, you can't just continually push yourself, and not feel the wrath of pushing yourself too hard. So I don't know. Like I would like to see how I would have turned out, or if I would have just been an obnoxious person. I mean, I already am. So like, who really cares?
Hey, I hear you. Know, when you were saying that with my back issues, I'm going to downplay it because my back issues had nothing on your stroke. But like,
no, don't say that. It's like comparing apples to oranges, dude.
Okay, so Kung Fu Panda is fucking amazing. I'm glad we've understood that. No, I'm teasing you, but yeah, like, I thought about that moment because I think, yeah, it'd be kind of nice. Like if I didn't have 3 years of fucking back, or almost 3 years of back pain, where it's literally like, I'm not going to call it just back pain. Like after a car accident, minor, it was a minor fender bender, but just enough of whiplash where still
it just threw off your back. Yeah, I know.
Fucking sucks. 30 years old and I got a back issue worse than some 80-year-olds. I would love to, definitely change that up. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But man, I had some fucking wicked parties, Sam. Like some real fun moments with some real weird, awesome people.
Oh, I believe
I'd fucking go back in time and be like, old school Woody, party animals, you know, back in action. Because fuck, man, I'm getting tired if I can only have 4 tall boys. And I'm starting to feel it. Back in the day where it was like, 18 beers, no big deal. Let's take our clothes off.
See, the thing is, though, is that, okay, so if you do experience time travel and you go back in time and you're experiencing those parties again and stuff, are you experiencing them as your youthful self, or are you experiencing them now? Because if I were to go back in time right now and try to party and do everything now, I'd be exhausted. I would just be like, I just want to take a nap. Like I can't do it. I like reminiscing about it. I can't do it now.
I would personally say in that case, you're reliving the memory. So you'd go back to that point, but it's your and again, like we said at the beginning, we don't fucking know time travel. We're making our own damn rules. I would say for our conversation, it's our consciousness is coming from where we are now in 2021, going back to whenever the hell it is we're going to, just our consciousness. So if we were to go back in time to a moment where like we're in our 21-year-old bodies, with the
abilities that we used to have.
Yes. But the only thing we're carrying that kind of makes that this whole moment interesting is we have the consciousness of what these actions we took at that time resulted in. So if it's like something where let's just go and say, hey, I went to this party, I got to hook up with this person, but I kind of knew, and I'm just going to the party route, that if there was another party available and another girl was interested. So I might say in my head, okay, fuck. All right, boys, no, trust me. And you might just make up a lie saying, I party with these guys, they fucking blow. I want to see what would have happened if I would have went to the other one and fucking had a good time. Or same thing like, hey, you know what? I blew off having dinner with my parents one night. I want to know, having that moment where I had a fun experience with them, a touching moment. And you're going to gamble. Every single time you go back in time, you're going to fucking gamble because you might just have it where, you know, it just sucks or you die. And we're going to add the little rule. If you die back then, you just fucking come back to your timeline. So if I was just walking and someone just smoked near the car, I just wake up basically when I left to go back to that timeline. So you never die in your alternate things because fuck that.
In your, version of this, that's what
you're immortal.
Yeah, oh, okay.
You're immortal when you time travel. Because
Cool.
I'm not doing that, because then that would be the scary thing. And this is why when it comes to certain time travels, if you give me that power and it's like, yeah, you know what, Ryan? Anything can happen. I might not want to time travel as much, because it's one of those things where I lived a life where I know I'm here, I'm safe. So if I go back in time and alter shit, even though it won't affect my original timeline, I might still die in that timeline. And then it's, yeah, I guess in that case, it would fuck up my timeline that you just never get to go back to it. So you just, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where,
I mean, kind of, you are crazy, but it's kind of.
oh, I'm fucking insane. Like when you were talking about something that's just all theoretical, it's just make up your own goddamn rules, follow by them, and just see what happens. So for me, mine is I get to go back in time, experience everything. I'm goddamn immortal. If I die, just come back to my timeline. There's no consequences. It's basically,
Yeah, you're doing like the anti-butterfly effect. That's what you're doing.
yeah, and it's similar to that Harry Potter thing. It's literally just reliving a memory, but you now have the option of carrying that memory even further past that point.
And kind of rerouting it a little bit if you wanted to.
You're rewriting a different line of your timeline. So we have timeline alpha, which is ours. You're just having timeline beta. And people are going to be like, holy fuck, guys, this is insane. Or people might comment and be like, you guys don't understand time travel. This is how it works. Or people might just be like, yeah, I want to go fucking party like I was 21 again. Don't we all? Because 30 sucks. And people older than you are like, you're a little bitch.
Yeah, I wish that I was still 30. I know, I wish that I was still 20. Like, I mean, when I was, well, really?
Yes and no. I do like where I am. But yeah, I basically...
Well, when you're 20, you don't really have that many responsibilities. Like, you just look out for yourself, really, and, like, kind of your family, but, like, more so yourself. Like, you're just trying to, like, keep breathing and not die after alcohol poisoning or something like that, because that's pretty much your existence. Like, you know, you work like your part-time job during the week. If you get the weekend off, it's like, great, what party am I going to and what will I be drinking and how much and where am I sleeping? And I hope I get to, you know, hook up with that person and I hope that they don't see me vomit because I, you know, get hungover. I don't know, things like that.
I know it, and in theory that is fun. Like my early 20s was literally, whether people want to believe it or not, I kept some stories to myself. I'm pretty vocal with my shit, but my early 20s, especially in college, was literally drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Like it was that kind of lifestyle. I had a lot of fun with it. I really do have a lot of fond memories, and even to this day, looking back at some people, whether it was flings, great friends, moments I would love to go back to, but at the same time, that's literally what it is for. It's not to do anything else, but literally just experience that just fucking rock star life again. Yep. I'm going to use that in goddamn quotations because Jesus God, it was the poor man's college life, just having a great time. But yeah, so time travel in theory is great. I would love to live a few moments again, but ultimately you give me a choice of powers. Let's just go into that little spiel real quick. You give me a choice of powers. Time travel may not actually be in my top 5. Probably not there. Because I don't really need to. Yeah, I don't need to. I'd rather make my present that much fucking better. And people can be like, you can make it better with the rules. You just go back in time. And then when you come back, it's the butterfly effect. You live with the consequences that happen and make your new timeline better. I'm like, I don't want to take those risks. Where I am now, I'm in a good place. I am fairly happy with my life. There's some moments and things going on I wish could be changed. But I'm healthy. I'm happy. I got a really decent life. So I'd rather just make my present better with some pretty fucking cool powers, like super, like basically instant healing, like Deadpool and Wolverine, psychic abilities like Xavier or Professor X and Jean Grey, super strength like the Hulk, like just some real stupid skills and powers that are out there rather than fucking time travel. Like, my God, give me the powers of goddamn Hawkeye almost before time travel.
You really took that like on a tangent somewhere. Like we were talking about time travel and now we're on to X-Men. Like, where'd you go? Where are you, Woody? We don't know where you went.
I don't know how that was the easiest road to follow, Sam. Time travel's a power. And I said, I don't really want that power. If you gave me the choice, it's one of those things that I just don't think about time travel because to me, it's not something I really want to explore as often. It's not a power I want access to compared to others.
Well, I think it's honestly not really like a power.
How the fuck is it not a power?
But like, how can you make it a power? Like, how is that a power move to be able to time travel? But like,
I go back in time and I just start offing people. Like, go back in time, bye Hitler. Go back in time, fuck you.
Well, that doesn't actually include the version that you were talking about.
Well, because we don't know the rules, Sam. You brought a topic in where we didn't fucking research what the theoretical science of what time travel could be.
It's all theory based.
Okay, hey, gravity's theory. You want to get into that? Let's talk theories.
Fuck you. Don't even talk about that.
If gravity's a theory, evolution is a theory. Let's talk theories.
And
there's an awkward silence, guys. Huh?
What?
My sex life is a theory.
Very imaginary.
But I'm pretty sure, guys, just to cap it all off, if we could go back in time, me and Sam would be boinking. But, it's always a great time, guys, when we get to have a moment with you, share our time with Mike's and Beers. We always appreciate it. So, Sam.
That was the funniest joke I think you have ever said.
It was good.
That was so good. Yeah, no, honestly, I almost choked on my beer. So,
hey, why not? If I can get one laugh, it makes it all worth it.
It's true.
So, guys, as always, thank you for listening. Whether you listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, or Apple Podcasts under Mike's and Beers, if you watch us on YouTube to see our beautiful faces talking, we'd like to thank TJ, the Iceman Hodder from the Hodder Show, our big editor, our guy who makes our products like the logo we saw at the beginning in Sam's background, my t-shirt, jdigitalarts.com. Wonderful person, as you can see on Sam's background here. Hook us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'd love to hear from you guys, whether you have suggestions, critiquing, or fucking beer you want us to drink. We're up
comment on your time travel theories and everything with this. Yeah, just let us know what you guys think.
Don't be pricks. Talk to us.
Yeah, please nice talk people. To us. Our one listener, can you please converse with us?
Let us know you're here. But Sam, it's always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to when we can do this again. Any final remarks you want to give to us?
Don't do drugs, kids.
And I am the opposite. So guys, have a good night. Cheers.
Bye.